your favorite movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Come on down and chum some of this shit.
What's up, film geeks and freaks? I'm Kenny.
I'm Armando.
And I'm Riley.
And welcome to the third episode of the What Do We Know podcast,
where three film students talk about movies, new and old.
Celebrating our love for film. And this week, this episode, we are covering Kong versus Godzilla, A New Empire. Is that what it's called?
X Kong.
Kong.
No, Godzilla X Kong.
New Empire.
All these fucking...
Same difference, though.
Frozen Empire?
No, that was last week's.
But first, we are going to go ahead and talk about film news. We wanted to cover this last week, but we forgot. So we're doing it this week. This one was pretty big. The creators of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey are making an entire universe. It is made to be like an Avengers-esque franchise. Jagged Edge Productions just released a sequel to, of course, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And they already have made a plan to really fuck up your childhood with the upcoming films like Bambi the Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and Pinocchio Unstrung, set out to be released. I guess it said 2025, so I don't know if all of them are dropping, but that's what it says.
Yeah, I don't know if any more are going to come out this year.
Yeah.
Because we just got the Blood and Honey 2, which got great reviews.
Yeah, apparently that's doing great. Cool.
The critics' reviews at this point have gone down, but the audience score has still stayed high.
It has. I will say, like, from what it's being said, like, the production just jumped. If you're taking a film that... What was the budget?
They probably were able to
5,000?
actually, like, hire a writer this time.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the budget for the very first one was $5,000, if I'm correct. And they made over $5 million. Like, that production was going to jump up.
It's so easy to make money on horror movies.
That is true, especially if you're taking something like...
Yeah, especially IP, like, you know, wait for the license to free up.
Yeah, but the budget was $50,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
$50,000 for like a film is like super tiny.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's like handouts.
Yeah,
it's handouts. That's just like that's sometimes what you need to get something started.
That's what like our teacher makes his films for.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah.
Please don't talk about it. I'm saying also, like, the way I think about it, $50,000. I know some strippers in Vegas that make way more than that.
Yeah, but they're spending it all on this movie.
A shoestring budget, and you're making a fucking empire.
But it's working. You know, like
no.
Which ones are you guys excited for? Any of the ones coming? Because personally, I think that the Pinocchio one could be good.
The Pinocchio could really fuck some shit up. But I will say...
Because I think Pinocchio and, like, puppets and that stuff work in a horror movie. Like, if you remember, like, the Polar Express with those puppets and shit.
Yeah, but I will say in the 90s, there was a Snow White horror movie. There was a Pinocchio horror movie. There was even a Jack Frost horror movie.
I remember the Snow White and the Huntsman that came out.
That wasn't really a horror movie though. That was just a
darker tale of the story.
No, just a revisioning almost.
No, what I'm saying is
it's more of like the medieval aspect,
right?
Kind of like the throne.
So
shit.
in the late 90s, again, generational gap, there was a Sigourney Weaver, Snow White film where it was made. Really? It was to follow like the Brothers Grimm tale.
Oh well, that's not necessarily horror as well though. You know,
no, it's just
this one
is. Say that's horror.
This
that's
one, they
it.
just take the story and they just completely flip it. Like I hear
that's
that.
True.
Well, I heard one of the big things about the new Winnie the new Blood and Honey 2 is that Tigger is in this one, and before he kills a woman, every time before he kills a woman, he calls her a bitch. He's just like, die, bitch, and kills her. And
Even the costume. I mean, if you look at Winnie the Pooh in the first one and the trailer for the second one, that shit, there's money behind that. I don't know. I don't mind this. I think it's a cool spin. I mean, yes, we have the superhero franchises, but I mean, to have a horror movie franchise.
They failed the Dark Universe after the Mummy flopped. You know, I was excited for that. I want.
You know the image we're talking about, like the infamous image where it's like, "Welcome to the Dark Universe."
I remember seeing that in the theater.
It's Tom Cruise. It's Russell Crowe. I forgot her name, like the actual mummy.
Yeah.
Who else? It was like a bunch of big actors. Johnny Depp was supposed to be in it, and they were all posing like this. They were all like one over here.
I was excited,
but like it was no. But like what's crazy is they like had such faith in it because they released that screenshot. Well, I'll put it up like right here or some shit. Like, but they were like ready to set that shit like MCU level.
Yeah,
they had confidence in that, and then.
Yeah, and it was Universal too. Like
it was Universal.
Like, huge production.
Universal was gonna back that shit up real good. They were gonna back that Brink truck up.
I know they had like Invisible Man and Swamp Thing planned out.
Oh yeah, no, they had a whole. Again, they went the MCU route where they had a bunch of movies slated.
And I think it was just they put too much budget in. So now this is succeeding because they're putting in the right amount of budget.
Right,
right amount.
And I will say, I believe that.
And it's also just not taking itself seriously.
Yeah,
because that's what those movies did.
I believe that this one will actually work out only because you're taking a concept that is well known worldwide and popular, and then just completely flipping it into a genre that has its own following.
Yeah,
like horror fans, they could fuck this shit up so fucking bad, and these people will still watch it because it's
no matter what, it will sell.
Oh, for sure. Even no matter how bad it is,
because they're not going to none of these movies will be made for over $10 million.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, 1,000%.
So they're going to bring in like at least $15 million per movie. So
yeah,
even the worst ones will still pay out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Also, not for nothing, these will be fine because in this world we currently still have the Dragon Ball Z movie, and there's nothing they can do. You can't beat that shit. Nope, not one bit. But I'm down for it. I still haven't seen. Have you guys seen either of the Winnie the Poohs?
Nah, I mean, I don't really like. I don't really care. I'm not saying they're like bad because I haven't seen them, but I also don't have that much of an interest, just in the sense of like.
I was the biggest Winnie the Pooh fan.
To me,
so I can't.
Yeah, like I'd rather not see like Peter Pan as a psychopath or like Pinocchio as a psychopath or Bambi and all that stuff. Like I don't need to. Like if it's out there and you enjoy it, like that's cool. But like also, I don't need to see it personally.
What the fuck is Bambi
if I
gonna
do? Whatever.
Bambi's gonna show up and she's probably gonna be like a zombie.
A zombie. Here. That's what I'm saying. I was like, that's the only way you can really.
Yeah, like
take
do
it.
I need to see that?
Bambi's gonna be a zombie deer. Peter Pan is gonna convince kids to commit suicide or some shit, and Pinocchio is gonna be a killer puppet. And I feel like those will be the plot lines of those movies. And then what's the ultimate movie called?
So we have. What do you mean? Pooniverse?
Is it called Pooniverse?
It's called the Pooniverse. They did come out.
There's like a final movie that they all come together, and I didn't know if it was called Pooniverse.
Oh, I don't think it's that. I think they did make a poster with like all of them to roll out like, hey, we're doing a horror thing, but I don't know.
It should be. But yeah, it is.
Monsters
It's just
Assemble.
Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. Yeah, that's the final movie. Which that's just a banger of a title.
Wait, is that the Poon? Oh, I thought that was like encapsulate all that.
The Twisted Childhood universe, and
Gross.
is what it's called. And Pooniverse is our Marvel movie.
Pooniverse, Pooniverse is going to be our Avengers movie.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. So our next topic is our boy, or my boy at least, Timothée Chalamet.
Well, thank you for saying it correctly.
He signed a deal with Warner Bros. And last two movies, Dune 2 and Wonka, they set a record and made over $1.2 billion. Or not set a record, it was the first time since Brendan Fraser. Was it not that? Or who was it?
Shit, I'm drawing a fucking blank.
Oh, no,
John Travolta.
That's what I meant. John Travolta, that's right.
So yeah, I mean, I guess if you're gonna bring in that type of money in movies today, you should have a fucking first look deal with any studio.
Good for him, yeah.
And again, Warner Brothers is attached
He's
to
been killing it lately.
HBO. He has. I mean, to be attached to that many things, to have first of all to do it in 2 movies. I mean, I think the last actress that did it was what's the Avatar?
Zoe
Gamora.
Saldana?
Yes.
Zoe Saldana?
For her to, but she did that in a span of like I think 4 movies.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a little bit different.
She has a whole franchise on her back, so
Right.
2 actually.
She went off.
Right. But I will say also, I say the difference in her and him is that he led both these movies.
Yes, true.
That's true.
Like she of course she was in Endgame and stuff like that, and she had minor roles. I mean,
she you could argue she co-leads in her Avatar movie.
she does.
Yeah.
I'll give that to her. But I think in this scenario, Timothée fucking put his foot in that shit.
And the press for these recent movies really made me start to love him.
He's so fucking good.
He's so relatable. He's just like one of us.
I hate his face sometimes. Though.
Why?
Come on.
I don't know. He's just like he has always that smirk that.
That white privilege, I feel it.
Not necessarily.
No.
But he just looks so smug sometimes. I don't know if it's intentional.
If
I
I was
don't
rich,
actually hate him. But
first of all,
sometimes he makes that same like smug look in all his movies. He does it at least a couple times. I'm just like, why do you look?
let me be.
Other than that, though, he's fine.
Let me keep it a buck with you. If I made $1.2 billion for any studio, I'd be walking in interviews with a fucking fur coat and a gold grill. Why? Because I could, and I did. What's up?
Yeah, but why
Sunglasses.
in the movies? Why in the movies? He can do it on the interview for all I care, but in the movies, like I don't know if it's just me.
That's
maybe
a
it's
signature.
maybe it's just me, but like he always does that. Like in every movie he's in, he has that same look, and I don't know, it's just annoying.
You know why?
Why?
Because he's the Lisa Nakai.
You're right. You're right. Only Lisa Nalgai would have that kind of story. Only he can do that.
That's his mojo.
Yeah, that's his mojo.
Yeah.
But no, he's a good actor and stuff. And again, that's just a me.
I mean,
like a
yeah.
meme thing.
I was just saying the last couple of years, he's really like made a hit on like the industry alone. And anything he does, I will tell you, if I hear of next week, Timothée Chalamet is in a new movie, I'd be interested to see it just because he's in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he actually picks good projects.
He's one of my favorite up and comers.
Yeah.
Or not like one of my favorite young actors in the scene. Like there's not that many young people per se
that are doing it on this scale.
Yeah.
At this level.
Like
agree.
him and like Zendaya and Tom Holland and Jacob
Right.
Elordi, like all these guys, they're like some of the
I don't know. I was gonna say about Tom Holland. Never mind. Tom Holland hasn't done anything good since.
No, but he's in a lot still.
What was the last thing he was in?
He was in what it was called, The Room, or whatever.
What?
The Brie Larson.
The Crowded Room. The Crowded
Oh,
Room.
I said that was Brie Larson. What was he, the baby?
Wait. Oh, wait. Was that the one on Apple? On Apple
Yeah,
TV?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Bro,
that's right.
It's nothing like. Oh, he was also in Uncharted. Like he's not in stuff that he's not in that. Like that's what I'm saying, that I love Timothy, because not all these people are that good. But Timothée, like all his movies are kind of bangers.
Okay. Yeah,
I will say
remember.
Timothée, if we're gonna stack it, Timothée has a good handle on his work and what he chooses to put himself in.
Yeah.
That I can respect. And then you do 2 fucking movies in 1 year, you pull in 1.2 billion? Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
The Pooniverse could never. For the next segment, we actually watched the new trailer for the new Bad Boys movie coming out called Bad Boys Ride or Die. I don't know where to go from here.
What is your guys' experience with the series?
Oh, with the franchise?
Yeah.
I've seen the first one.
I've seen the first 2. I didn't even realize they came out with a third. I thought this was the third for the longest. I did not know there was a third out.
I watched the first 2 as well. I didn't get around to seeing the third one, but I still saw like clips and stuff.
Yeah.
I will say from my standpoint, this trailer actually looked good. It was set in Miami, which is great. I love that they brought Reggie back from the infamous Bad Boys 2 scene.
Motherfucker, he looks 30.
Motherfucker, you look 30. Can you
Eh.
fight? Can you fight?
A lot of the camera work was interesting in the trailer too, with like the way that it went with like the throwing of the gun
Yeah.
and the tracking shots.
You know that the directors for those movies were the directors for that canceled Batgirl movie.
It wasn't Michael Bay.
No,
Oh,
wait,
I think he was
Michael Bay's not
producing
directing
it.
this one. He's
no,
producing.
I mean like the first two.
Oh.
No. I'm talking about the fourth one. The
Oh,
fourth one,
okay.
the same people that made the canceled Batgirl movie did that. That's the kind of like vibe and style we were gonna get, but Batgirl.
But
Warner
Batgirl.
Brothers, fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to pull out.
Warner Brothers loves that tax write-off.
No, they just love canceling good shit. Like have you heard the whole thing with the Wile E. Coyote
Yeah, I'm
movie?
pretty sure that was for a tax write-off.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. They're dumb as fuck.
There's like no harm in releasing these movies. At least even
Yeah,
they're
not
straight to max.
Straight to max. I don't get it. Also, like, do you know how many people actually wanted those movies to come out? Like both the Batgirl and the Coyote movie. Everybody was like petitioning and being like, "Yo, release it." And there was a bunch of studios that were really interested in it, but Warner Brothers, I don't know. Sometimes they're dumb.
Yeah, and then they put on. Then they bring
But
out
yeah,
Bad
but,
Boys Ride or Die for
yeah.
us.
But yeah, no, the
I was like, oh, the track.
the movie looks good though. Like well directed. I haven't seen 2 in its entirety. I haven't seen 3, so
I feel like this is something because they're so far apart, I don't feel like you have to watch this franchise. I don't feel like you have to watch every single one of them, like Doom 2 or something.
yeah.
But this one, it looked fun.
It looks like a Fast and Furious, like watch
Yeah.
this for a good time kind of movie.
And honestly, I feel like looking at this trailer, this Bad Boys trailer looks like what Fast and Furious wanted to be, or at least the last one.
To me, it was reminding me definitely of the first Bad Boys movies, the just classic Martin Lawrence, Will Smith humor.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like that this franchise is always going to have that. It's always going to have car chases, gunshots, and them being funny.
Explosions.
Yeah, explosions and them being funny. But I'll say I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. It actually looks good to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun.
looks like a fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And that was the news.
Kong X Godzilla X Kong New Empire.
No, I need the phonetics of it.
No,
It's
Godzilla
Kong
X
Godzilla New Empire.
Kong. Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah,
New
it's
Empire.
Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah.
New
Godzilla
Empire.
Kong
So all
New Empire.
okay, what?
Go really up close to the mic for it.
Godzilla?
Kong.
Godzilla Kong. Why?
Godzilla rides Kong, or Kong rides Godzilla. Actually.
Um,
Dragon.
are we still talking about the movie?
Yeah, he does it.
Did you download the wrong
No,
one?
he does it. He does it in the movie. He gets on Godzilla and he rides him.
Was
Is
it
it
the
okay.
browser's 4K exclusive? All right.
okay?
So this week we are reviewing Godzilla Kong: A New Empire. And before we start, we do want to say we just came back from theaters. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, come back later, comment what you think, whatever. First we'll start off with the visual effects of the movie. I know we had talked about like less people in this one, which was better. Like I like that primarily it was in Hollow Earth. Is it Hollow Earth? Hollow Center?
It's Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth. I didn't mind it. I mean, of course it was going to be CGI'd. I mean, that whole world. I mean, even when we came out of the theater, it was said like, whoever did the CGI just went the fuck off. They were like, yeah, you got it. Go ahead and animate all of it.
No, yeah, but mostly because like the environments and everything were CG, so they definitely just said we'll come back in like a few months. Yeah, do your thing.
Well, it's also just because everything is so big.
Yeah,
Right, it's
that's
just-
what I'm saying.
The thing is that overall, this movie is good, and the visual effects are good.
Yeah, I will say the visual effects were good. Even if we're talking about cinematography, I mean, just the way they lit it, like even once they got towards the end with like the Iwi tribe and like just having the monsters, like it was visually, it exceeded my expectations. Let's just start by saying like I had the highest expectations of it just because I did enjoy the last one. These two Mainly Armando. I'm not even going to front.
Yeah,
Armando verbatim walked in saying, "I can't wait to shit on this movie later."
and it's not. I mean, thankfully, it's not as bad as Godzilla versus Kong. That was ass. This was better in, I think, every aspect. Like, I think the fights were better. It looked better. The humans, even though still the weakest part, I'd say, were better, and I think that's that's due to like everybody being like in one place. Like it followed
Only
one
one human storyline.
Yeah, it wasn't following.
in the sense that it followed just that main group.
Yeah.
In Godzilla versus Kong, we had Millie Bobby Brown's side of things,
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Andrews' side of things, and
Yeah.
with Kong and the girl.
I mean, it was very Kong versus Godzilla, but it was also like these sets of people are riding hard for their squad, and these set of fans are really fucking with their squad.
And I think that's what made this movie so good is that instead of it being like 75% humans and 25% Titans, this movie was like half of Titans. Like half of it had no dialogue and was just Titans going around living like their life and messing each other up.
Yeah, but the thing is, even with Godzilla versus Kong, I'd say that the humans, it's not like the humans overtook that movie or overshadowed, like the majority was them, but it's just that any part that had them in it, at least I was just like, why am I watching this? Like, I don't care.
Right.
I really don't.
And also, it was like every scene in that movie, like the humans like were taking part and like playing a role. And in this movie, we actually saw Titans with no humans around. Like,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
like a
they
good
were
Taking
while.
the lead.
Yeah.
like, you know, we
Yeah,
got
which
like
is cool. It was
we
fun.
got like entire like 10-minute sections of just Kong in the Hollow Earth going and meeting the Scar King and having this big showdown where he totally just bitches out this dude by punching him straight in the face.
No, that was fun. Pretty much how it goes is that Kong, of course, with the last ending off the heels of the last movie, he goes down to Hollow Earth. Godzilla is still at the surface fighting the Titans that cause chaos up there. And then all of a sudden there becomes a distress call. And that is kind of how the two worlds merge. Of course, once we get to the meat of the film, we find out that there's a whole section of Hollow Earth that hasn't even been discovered. And when Kong walked through, it was then known to be the Subterranean Realm, where basically a bunch of other Kongs are living there imprisoned with the big boy himself,
The Scar King.
Scar King, who then later on we found out the whole history between the Scar King and the other Titans, Godzilla, and the Iwi tribe and all that.
Yeah.
So just to like give a quick synopsis of it, but for the most part, like there was some funny fucking moments in this.
Scar
one.
King was also pretty cool. Like his weapon,
Yeah.
he had like this
Yeah.
skull attached to a spine, which the spine had a knife at the end, and the knife controlled a humongous ice monster who was way more frozen than Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
True.
There's like
Yeah.
in Frozen in the Ghostbusters movie, a guy got his hand frozen and his hand was completely fine the next scene.
Sure was.
In this one, King Kong, he had his hand frozen and it actually caused damage.
Nerve
Yeah,
damage.
he was
Injured.
incapacitated.
He
He
needed-
said,
He needed a buff. Like
yeah.
He needed a buff. No, for sure. That's why it's just so crazy. We literally last week watched Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and watched this one. This one didn't even have anything to really do with like
This
Frozen.
was new Empire.
This was a new Empire. This was a different story, and this bitch was way more Frozen than the entire Ghostbusters film that was supposed to be a Frozen Empire. But like, I would say like pretty much the Titans and all the ones that came up. Even what was the Moth one called?
Mothra?
Mothra.
Yeah.
It was fucking dope. Like I didn't mind it at all.
I had thought Mothra died in the 2014 one.
Was she in that one?
I don't remember that one very well. Yeah, she was in that one. I think she did. No, I think she did. I think
And
she
she
was
just-
just because like remember they said that
It kind of just appeared out of nowhere.
No, because they said
It
the girl
kinda
was
just,
gonna
like,
be
magically manifested.
but they said the girl was gonna bring her back.
It's true. He did.
Like
He did.
That's true.
with the
Oh.
fucking hieroglyphs.
That's right.
Yeah, they said, and a girl, an Iwi girl from Kong's Island,
Skull Island.
was gonna bring her back.
And Yeah,
I just don't know how it was able to bring her back.
Again, don't ask me. I saw King of Monsters once, and that's it. So I don't remember much.
Yeah, and supposedly, I mean, not supposedly, but pretty much Gia, who we all have known for the last. She's been in the past 3 films?
I only
Was
remember
that
her
the-
in Kong versus
was that the girl?
Godzilla.
Yeah, same girl.
I only thought she was
Oh,
in.
you know,
Godzilla
she was
versus
only in
Kong.
Godzilla vs Kong.
Oh, was she?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's
I
when
don't
she
know-
appeared.
I don't know why I thought I saw her in other ones, but no, but she was the one that was able to do that. I will say, like, for this one, I like the characters that they did have, even though it was limited. Like, I appreciate that the characters they did have had substance and it wasn't just filler.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but I think Bernie coming back,
yeah, he was fun. Like, he
Great
definitely had,
fucking
like,
move.
the
I would
fun
I
and
would call
Trapper.
him filler though.
I think he was more comedic relief, if
Yeah,
anything.
you had to have him in there. Of course, there were like a couple
And it
moments
worked.
where it's like you don't have to be funny here, but sure.
Yeah, and I no, but I felt like, again, like I had said, like having what is it, Brian Tyree Henry in this film gave it a comedic relief that wasn't forced, or like, hey, let's make this franchise jokey, because we've all seen Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, we've seen some movies push like, hey, we're trying to be funny, let's be funny, but with this one, it seemed natural and it seemed fitting.
Yeah, because the thing is, he's the only one being funny in the sense, like the movies like Thor: Love and Thunder. Their problem is everything is trying to be funny,
Yeah.
like everybody.
But I will say
you
for
know.
him, he worked out for me. Even Trapper,
Yeah, he was fun. Yeah, he
even
was
Trapper, Dan Stevens' character.
I
was
liked him
great.
a little more because I think he was funny when he needed to be.
Right.
I thought they
serious when he needed to be.
Yeah,
True.
I thought
Like,
he
he
had
was
a great
probably-
balance.
Like the hug.
Like best human
Yeah,
character.
he was probably
Yes.
the best human character.
No,
So-
for sure.
But
I
in
mean,
this one, they definitely gave Kong a lot of character.
no,
Like,
they
you
did.
know, like
Yeah, he acts very human.
like he
Yeah.
acts like I can feel all of his like.
No, in
Thoughts,
these movies,
emotions.
like his movie, Kong Skull Island, Kong vs Godzilla, he is very human. Even his movements, the way he fights is very human. Like,
Yeah.
he stands up. The way he literally squares up.
He
like,
squats up.
Godzilla, why you running at me?
Right.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
And yeah, he was like, calm down, we're on the same side.
Yo, that shit was so funny. Honestly, like, I would say, like this movie alone, like, it just had some good funny moments. Like, even with Kong, I thought it was just gonna be the humans, but that shit was so funny when he was just like, hold the fuck up, like, hey, I need a favor. Like,
Yeah, what I need is your help, and just, bro, Godzilla was a fucking gangster in this movie. Like,
he
the
gave
homie
no
did not
fucks.
give a fuck about anything.
He's
He went
just
into
going
that
and killing
monster's
people.
no, he went into that monster's territory. The whatever, he was just in his ice, just chilling, and Godzilla just pulls up saying, "So I'm gonna need a boost, right? Get out." Obviously, the monster said no, so he killed him. Then took up a shop in like his own territory and just started absorbing the power.
I'm
Just
sorry,
'cause he wanted
that
to.
shit is so funny for you.
Just because he wanted to.
just for you to roll up into someone's crib, kick down the door, and
Yeah.
be like, "I'm taking all your shit."
Yeah, he set
Like-
up shop. He set up shop and was like, "Now I'm here. Bye."
Also, Godzilla's sleeping in the Coliseum. That
Yeah,
shit is.
homie made it his.
That was really cool.
That shit is turf.
They're just like, he's taking a nap, like dead
Yeah,
ass.
Godzilla said,
Rolled up in, like, curled up in a ball, like a
Yeah.
dog would in a dog bed.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
like,
and also can we talk about how the moment Kong came up to the surface to call him on sight, Godzilla said, "I told this
I
guy
don't-
one time to stay off and down below," and he just straight. He did not give no fucks. He tore down like half of Egypt just to get to Kong. He was like, fuck you, and went straight to Kong.
right.
No remorse, no nothing, not even questioning.
Homie
it.
didn't
He
give
didn't
no
care.
fucks.
Like,
no,
I'm
no,
telling you, he
that
was
shit.
a fucking gangster in this
Like,
movie.
even the look in his eye, like when he locked eyes
Yeah.
on Kong, he
Yeah.
said, "Bitch, I done fucking told your ass. I told you I didn't want to see you again." And yo, he booked that shit. That shit had me down. And to see Kong's reaction on the other side, be like, "Wait, like, I need your help."
Yeah.
And Godzilla said, "Don't give a fuck." He said, "I'm about that life. I don't want to talk. I want to
We're the
fight."
ones.
Right. That shit was so funny. But even when Kong knocked him out repeatedly, and then the next frame is him just dragging
Yeah,
him
you know
by
what?
the tail.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of in Age of Ultron when Iron Man's trying to knock out Hulk and he's like,
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
it reminded me of because he was just like with his like new Iron Gauntlet. By the way, he was just like
Just like going
repeatedly,
fucking
and
off.
Godzilla. I mean, credit, you know,
Ate it.
didn't get knocked the fuck out.
He did.
I mean, he did because he we don't know how long he got
for like
dragged for.
he was probably just
Yeah.
dazed, but I don't think he got knocked out.
Well,
Literally, the moment
the screen went black like he was knocked out, but then he immediately opened.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He probably got like dazed and was like, "Oh shit!"
He got
he's
knocked out
kicking
for
my ass.
a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly didn't. I just didn't see that one coming. I actually preferred that little fight versus their whole fight in the last film.
What do you mean last
I
fight?
kind of agree.
The last fight.
Yeah,
Like I kind of agree.
I think that fight was just
I honestly just
maybe
didn't.
because
I,
there was human emotions towards it.
No, I didn't enjoy the lack of gravity.
Oh, I just meant the Egypt fight, but I understand what you're talking about.
Yo, they destroyed a pyramid, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
all
Collateral
of them.
damage, like collateral damage in this movie. What the fuck, man?
They fucked up too many places. Like,
Oh, Rio got absolutely
Obliterated.
Nah,
Overrated.
Rio de Janeiro.
bye, bro. They didn't give a fuck about shit.
Yo,
The fact
dead
that
ass, man.
there was one shot in particular when they were in Rio de Janeiro. I don't know if you guys caught it, where Kong had like part of his thing frozen, and he just swiped a fuking building just to get the ice off. I'm like,
I didn't know.
what the fuck?
No,
The
I
Scar
know.
King took a building to throw.
yeah,
he
chopped
did,
off
he did.
half.
He said he went. All right, I'm gonna use some ammo,
Boom.
and then Kong
Oh.
just, which was cool, but yeah.
Which was
Yeah,
cool, but
yeah.
also like people are like in that building screaming, and then they just
oh no, people are dead.
shattered.
We haven't
Like
mentioned.
you, like we want to talk about like how these people like in like Captain America Civil War talk about bro, these motherfuckers are doing too much collateral damage. Wow, wow.
Yeah.
We're literally taking out like national world monuments.
And that was a small
Holy
part
shit.
of the movie, but thankfully that was like a minute.
Right.
Like
They fuck shit up in a very short amount of time.
They were like, oh, the government doesn't like that. They're destroying all these cities. Then they're like, yeah, well, fuck you. We're not. Gonna,
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
they breezed over
they
that.
were just like,
They breezed over that
they were
so
just like,
hard.
we're gonna
'cause-
mention the fact that this exists.
Yeah.
But the point of this movie is
Yeah,
Titans
it-
fighting each other.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes of them just saying, "Yo, they're doing too much," and then what's it called?
Them
Dr.
really
Andrews
doing
was
too
like,
much.
But you see, if it wasn't for them, you guys would be screwed. So, and then they were like, "All right, you're probably right. Just let them, I guess."
Yeah. Like, what are you supposed to do? Look up and be like, thanks. And then look around and be like, all right. Like, I want to film on after. I want to see cities rebuilding after
Oh, like
the
the
destruction.
beginning of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Right.
It
Like,
shows that post Avengers thing.
yeah, I want to
Oh.
see how
Damage
people-
control.
Yeah. I want to see how people
Yeah,
are
damage
cleaning
control
up.
for these monster movies must be a pain in the ass. Just,
Yeah, it's gotta be. What
Yeah.
did you guys think of Baby Kong? I really liked it.
I hated that piece of shit in the first half, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like,
oh.
it bit his finger, being go, and like,
and it led,
shut up,
and it
shut
led
up.
him to the.
I love the part where he like Kong
Picked him
grabbed
up and just, yo, the definition of
Wham!
dog walking
Hey,
you
yo,
through
fuck
this
them
bitch.
kids. Fuck them kids. For
Right.
real.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck them
no,
kids.
deadass. That was the funniest shit in
Yeah,
the
that was
world.
a
but
funniest thing,
like
bro.
you know, I really liked him at the end. You know, he was kind of
He
like
redeemed himself.
He
Yeah,
was
I
like
did not find
the
him that
little
annoying.
sidekick, and I was like,
He was the
hell
Robin.
Yeah, hell yeah, little Kong.
Yeah. Yo, he brought his he
Kong
grabbed
Jr.
he grabbed his little axe and was like, I guess I'm going to Rio de Janeiro. Like
Yeah.
I gotta fuck shit up. Which honestly, at the end of the day, he was the one that hit that final blow on that
Oh,
little
he broke the ice crystal.
when he
you're
broke
right.
the ice crystal.
Yeah.
He said, I'm about to
Severed
do something.
that- Severed that tie.
Right. I'm telling you, there was so many fucking cool things that little shit had. Cause like just him setting him up in the beginning with the fucking the snake thing in the water, that shit was funny. And then
Yeah.
for him to just be running and then Kong trip him and then throw him the head,
Yeah,
like
Kong. That's what I'm saying.
What's up?
Kong in this movie is so smart and advanced. He is human.
yeah, no,
Borderline.
way
but
better.
you know, I did really enjoy this movie, but it definitely wasn't perfect. I do have some dislikes. Like I did find it.
Oh no, it's 100%.
I found
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I found it. Like you know, kind of dumb that the whole thing is that there's the Hollow Earth, but there's the hollow Earth, the subterranean realm that you guys haven't even discovered yet. It's
Yeah,
beneath
my
it.
biggest thing with that one is just a lot of what they were saying and setting up in the lore felt like they were making it up a little bit.
It's like-
and also
yeah.
just like a
It
little
felt like stuff they
far-fetched.
did not put in the last movies that
Yeah.
were just like, oh, new thing.
Yeah, so it's just
Surprise.
sort of just adding on, and
Yeah.
also I don't know if the rules applied how you guys were saying it.
Right.
The
Yeah.
whole gravity thing, like you said, was just kind of weird. Not in like a bad way, just
It
where. How does this play in? Like, okay, put it this way: what did the gravity thing, the shift, really achieve?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't
Because
know,
the
like,
final battle was in Rio.
I don't know
What the fuck was the
whole
point of the-
thing, like with
You
the,
know what
the
I'm saying?
pyramids trying to
That's
touch
what
each
I'm saying.
other, and he
What
was
was the point of
freezing
that?
between them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
What
didn't-
was
And
the
it was
point of
just
it?
like,
There's a couple
It
things I'm
did
just
nothing.
like, for what?
It did nothing. They had one cool battle where they were in weightless orbit.
I think they
you
were
know,
just
type
like,
shit.
hey, let's make a fight scene that's kind of
and
dope and out the
and
box.
I don't think it's like it benefited them in combat either. Like
No.
it's not like
It
oh,
didn't.
since
That's
they're in
my
the
point.
air,
Yeah.
it'll make it an advantage for Kong and Godzilla.
It really didn't.
No,
it didn't do shit.
It
Yeah.
could even have. It could have even been an advantage for the enemy, but
Yeah,
it didn't help
I'd
anybody.
argue that if they didn't do the gravity thing, they might have not fallen into Rio, and
'Cause it
all
was
that
just-
shit wouldn't have happened. They could have
Yeah.
just fought in that. Well, I guess the point was to lead them away from the tribe people.
From the
Was
elite
that
tribe?
the reason?
No, because they
I-
were trying to get
I
to
didn't
the
really get
surface.
clarification.
The whole point was that the
Yeah, I don't
Scar
fucking
King
know.
wanted to rule the over Earth or whatever.
Yeah,
And so
The
he was
top
trying to
world.
get to the portal.
Yeah, but they fell in due to the gravity. Like the gravity. caused that.
exactly.
So
But that-
Exactly.
yeah, so I don't know. What
but
the
really,
fuck
it
the
could have
point of that
even.
shit was.
Here's the thing: without the gravity, they could have Scar King and his minions could have booked it towards it, and they could have a fight could have ensued there, and then they could have jumped in, and then
I
they
guess
could
they
have
did
followed.
get rid of his goons quickly when they were in
That's true.
weightless orbit.
Yeah,
because
because
Scar King had his homies backing him up.
yeah,
and
it was very 2v2
that's when-
by the time we got to Rio.
Yeah, exactly. So and Godzilla and Kong were taking them out left and right when they were in the weightless gravity crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no,
I
mean
guess I guess that part.
that did
I
feel
guess that
a
part
little
was like,
forced
you know.
and a little like, why? First of all, we didn't even get clarification that was going to happen until they connected, and then that happened. I was like, what? Like, I just felt a little lost in that. I was like, why did we put that in? Also, why didn't no one preface or like set it up? Because no one alley-ooped that. No one said like the Yui tribe didn't say like, oh, when these two connect, like gravity gets lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they a lot of that with like the Hollow Earth and stuff just kind of seemed to be just thrown in there, just
Yeah.
like some.
I think they
Yeah,
picked
this is
up their
how it
rules.
works. This is how that works.
Right.
This and that. Here's some cool lore, some hieroglyphs. She's gonna rise Mothra from the depths. Which, by the way, I think it's funny that she didn't do anything. She kind of said, "Guys," and then dipped the whole fight.
She literally could have walked up to the top of them stairs, flipped the light switch to on, and that was the same fucking thing. Like Mothra still
Well,
would have showed
no.
up.
I'd say like she got him to stop fighting, so that's good. But
She
my point
convinced
is,
she convinced Godzilla that Kong was a good person. Like
Oh, Mothra, yeah.
Yeah.
like they
Mothra.
weren't he wasn't riding Kong or got riding Godzilla before that.
yeah, that's my
So
point.
that was like the
She-
one good thing.
Yeah, no, that's my point. But she dipped after it, and I guess
And
she saved.
she
the,
was like shooting the webs.
Yes.
yeah, she was shooting. Oh, you're right.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, no, she did a little bit. Of
No,
that.
she did a little bit. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that was more so to protect the tribe.
Probably, yeah.
And then
'Cause she was the.
Because once they got to Earth, she said, "Whew, they can handle it.
Yeah,
They're in
yeah,
Rio.
that's
I don't
true,
give a
that's
fuck about
And
up
she
there."
was I do think it's cool. I mean, it's small. The barrier was from her webs. Remember,
Yeah,
she was sealing it up.
I thought that was
Yeah, that
actually.
was cool. Okay. Now that makes sense in terms of the lore that her webbing would be like the barrier and why these people worship her.
And also
Okay.
why nobody else was able to
Yeah,
get to her.
yeah.
But no.
Another thing I didn't like about the movie was that for some of the Titans, they kept on off-screening them. Like
Budget.
for like
But we had enough in Rio.
like
what
that's
I'm
true. But like Kong would like be fighting someone, and then it would cut to Baby Kong, and then you would see just the head of the bad guy come in,
Yeah.
and then you would have Godzilla fighting the underwater monster,
And then
it
all
would
her
cut
pieces
to
come
the
up.
pieces coming up on the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
It's
did
like,
why
I
did
wanted
everyone
to see.
die?
I wanted to see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I get that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say you. No, we could have. I just think it's a bunch of things.
The most we got was in the very beginning where he took that coyote thing and ripped it.
That's
Yeah.
true. I
And
saw
like,
that, and then when he went to town on the apes, like he fucking MMA'd them.
oh yeah, no, he
Like,
Conor
they
McGregor
were
them
all
real
jumping
quick.
him, and
That fucker walked out of that bitch like Conor McGregor does, just like,
yeah, no,
I run this shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like Kong, like straight up human. This is like the smartest Kong we've ever seen. Homie was like,
I'll agree.
boom, boom, 1-2, 1-2 combo.
He was definitely
That dude was playing Mortal Kombat.
the new one. Yeah. No, he was definitely better in this one. I would say this was better than the last one, in my
It
opinion.
definitely was.
Yeah,
100%.
I was actually thoroughly surprised because I swore just from the way you were acting alone, I was like, he is going to shit on this movie so bad. And I was just like, after
I
what we
wanted
watched,
to just for the sake, because I shared my opinion of the first one,
Mhm.
and a lot of people, like my friends, were saying, "Well, like that's the point. You know, we're just getting monster. You're not supposed to focus on the human and stuff." And I was always of the opinion of, okay, then at that point, just make the fights and release them on YouTube. Because if I'm not going to care about the whole
make
movie,
the movie without the humans.
or that too. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: there's
Which
proof that you
they're
can make
making-
a good kaiju movie and make humans interesting. It can't be done.
Yeah,
It can't
if
be
you
done.
hire good writers. I mean,
Yeah, but okay, then hire good writers or just
they
take time to
hired
develop.
they hired the visual effects people for this movie. You can tell.
Yeah, but you can I feel like we can do both.
the directors and producers did this one, and that was not the same as the last one.
Do
He
you
was
guys-
guys,
like a
do you
different
guys
cast?
think? Do you guys think
Huh?
there'll be another?
It was a different crew doing this. one?
so it's the same director. He directed both of them, but he put his hand in the writing of it for this one with the producers.
I would say the writing's better in this one.
And I think
Yeah, the
that,
writing
and
was
I
better
think
in this one.
that's what shows. I
Um,
think he was just like, hey, let's.
This one was this one was. Definitely
I also
more
think this
fun
one was
and
better because I don't know much about the Titans and all that, but
Right.
I knew who Mechagodzilla was, and I kind of felt like they were throwing it into the last one to be like,
Oh, yeah, last
Mechagodzilla, Mechagodzilla.
Hey,
Yeah, very last.
look at
minute.
this.
Yeah, that was another problem.
This one, I didn't
Yeah.
feel like Scar King. I don't know who that is. This was just like kind of a cool villain.
Yeah, it was. I
And
was,
also, it was clearly that was the threat from the beginning.
Yeah,
it follows like
Yeah.
between the lore like that. I looked at. I was like, makes sense.
do you
Like,
guys think there'll be another what the next movie would be?
I would say.
I
like,
don't know where they can go from here.
I don't. Yeah,
Well, you would say that about the last movie too.
that's true. I think honestly,
no, I was expecting.
What
something
if
like
what,
this.
okay? What if like
I
the
was
next one is like
expecting
some
something
space shit, like alien actually
Like
arrives?
what? Space Godzilla?
Yeah, like an alien comes down, lands meteor on the planet,
If they make a space
comes into
Godzilla,
Godzilla's
Hold on,
domain,
hold on.
and the Kongs need to go up.
If they make a space Godzilla movie where Godzilla, Kong, and I guess Mothra and the fucking shitter have to go into space with a rocket ship, I'll eat my own shoe.
Actually, yeah, that would be
Because-
cool. You have to go to Mars or some shit. You see it?
And then what?
He
what
puts
what's
this
next?
giant
More
fishbowl
firebenders?
on his head.
What more firebenders? Actually, you know what? Turns out that the Iwi are firebenders. Actually, let's make them water just to change it up a bit. Let's make them water benders.
Not all of them though.
don't give them
Just
any
the
ideas.
chosen one, Gaia.
So-
Just Gia, just Gia. Now, honestly, I mean, I will say this one will do well as far as like it's gonna produce numbers. That's just how
I
it's
would
gonna go.
rewatch this movie.
I actually would too.
I would
What-
rewatch
what-
the fights.
What would you rate it?
Letterbox rating?
What's your letterbox
Like
rating?
probably like a 3.
A 3?
3.
I would
Yeah,
give.
if I want to be a shit or maybe 2.5, but I'll give it 3 just because I had fun.
I'll.
And Godzilla was hilarious. This movie. So
You
I'll
know
give
what?
it a
I'm a one up you. I'd say I would put mine 3.5.
3.5.
Wow, I'm one upping both of you. I would say I'm
4?
putting this at a 4.
Really?
It's just because this was just like pure enjoyment. Like I just had fun the whole movie. Just like I was never bored.
That's true.
I was
That's fair.
never like
That's
you know
fair.
like oh wait like I was just like that's good. Hey, that's pretty good.
Funny.
And
Like
it's
yeah.
just, and like more of my gripes are more just like oh I wish they had done this.
I wish they had shown this. Like it wasn't that there was nothing you were taking away. It was just like, hey, you could have added
And
this.
definitely
made it
there's
a little
some
bit
that's
better.
goofy, but it's a Titan movie. I'm expecting some goofiness.
Yeah, no, for sure. Damn, that's crazy. A 4? I thought I was giving it too high of a rating.
I think that a 4 is kind of like not that high. I think that's just it just means like
It's a good movie.
it means like great almost.
3.5 for me is I'll rewatch it once.
No, 3 is like fine, good. Like yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also
have
stacking
fun.
it
That's
against
it.
other
I'm stacking.
kaiju movies,
I-
and I'm like, this is a 4 compared to Godzilla vs Kong, King of the Monsters, Skull Island, Kong, or
Oh
Godzilla.
well, if we're talking about it that way, I might put it as at a 4 too. Honestly, if we're
If we're
comparing
stacking
it,
all of
if we're
the,
stacking like King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs Kong, what's the fucking other one? Actually, no,
Skull
Kong
Island.
Skull Island.
I like Skull Island. It's
I
just
like
that
I like
it,
that
it
one.
also
That'd
has
probably be my
it also
favorite
has
one.
the goofy moments, like when he blew himself up for
Right.
no reason.
Yeah, no, but that's probably my favorite one in the
I did
universe.
really like that one.
Yeah, that
It
was
also
so
had like a
fun.
really good sized Kong. That one he was like
Yeah.
half the size he is now.
Yeah,
Right,
it's funny
right.
how fast he ages. Because in the last one, he
Right.
regular Kong, and this one he has like a man beard, like an old.
He has to shave.
Skull
Yeah.
Island, he was half the size. In Godzilla vs Kong, he was like double the size and
Yeah.
he looked like an adult. And in this one, he's got the beard and
he's got a couple
wise.
scar.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just like, he needs to put
He's an
some
army.
ice.
He's a veteran.
That's what I thought. I was like,
He's
he
a
needs some.
veteran
He
fighter.
needs some
Yeah.
ice here
In the next
underneath
one,
them eyes
he's
for
gonna have a
sure.
fucking
Like,
cane.
no,
He's gonna walk around with a stick.
Well, he already has
With
a
his axe,
fucking.
his
He already
axe
has
is
a
the-
fucking
And,
like
and Baby
Baby arm.
Kong is gonna be fucking the size of Skull or Scar King.
I wouldn't even give it to him like between like Baby Kong. Like that'll probably play a big role in the next one.
I hope not. Don't get me wrong. He's
Baby
cool.
Kong rises to power and he has to take him down.
No,
I
no.
hope not.
I know, I hope
mean,
not.
He's cool, but he's still a shitter.
He
Like,
saved
stop
the
talking
day.
so much.
He saved the day on this
He
one.
didn't say a single word.
Also, his dad died. I don't even
Yeah,
know that was his
whatever.
dad.
I have to assume it was, but
Yeah, whatever.
Scar King just fucking like he
Dude, he fucking
just drop
needed
kicked
that
him.
shit. Yeah.
There was just a couple times in this movie I was like, damn, like shit, like fuck.
They were savage. Like
Yo.
the Scar King had
Scar
like
King was
monkeys'
savage.
heads on like sticks.
On
I saw that.
pedestals.
I saw
I
that.
said, oh,
Yeah,
it
I
was
saw
cool.
that.
It was cool.
That one definitely took me by surprise. I looked at it and I was, oh.
I was like, oh, this is a prison camp. Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, overall, it was a good movie. I'm also
Yeah, it's
stacking
fun.
it against like the movies we've seen recently. And I mean, after Ghostbusters, like,
Yeah, I'll say this was better than Ghostbusters.
I will say Ghostbusters was probably the worst
yeah,
film
was,
I'll see
this
this year.
was between-
So
I doubt it.
no, I mean, no, we definitely still have time. But I'm just saying, if we're talking about right now, at this moment,
Yeah,
It's the worst
as
movie I've
no,
seen
as of
this
right
month.
now, definitely, but there'll probably be other bad ones.
Speaking of worst movies,
oh
we've done hot takes. We've done our top 4. This week we were gonna go with the worst movie we've ever seen, or just like what we think is the worst movie.
oh no, I'm giving you the worst movie.
Well, to me and mine, part of the reason I have mine as my pick is because of the budget and just like they actually believed in this movie and put it out there. And so what I'm putting as my worst movie I've ever seen is The Happening with Mark
Oh
Wahlberg.
shit!
I think
What?
was that
What?
M. Night
What's going on?
Shyamalan? I
The
think
plane.
he's a the plants.
Oh my god!
They're hurting them. Give me a second.
Why can't anyone give me a
Give me
fucking
a goddamn
second?
second.
Oh my god,
That
that is
I would have as my worst movie I've ever seen.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. That scene is actually a little tickling. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Every scene in that movie, I was just like,
Why can't no one give me a goddamn minute?
do you guys have yours?
I'll say so. This is not the worst movie ever made objectively. I know that. This is just a
Neither is
personal-
mine, yeah.
Right.
No, but you can make a case for yours. I'd say. Mine is just a personal one to me. Worse, like if
Last
Letterboxd
Jedi.
had the 4, worst, I'd probably put it up there, but for me, it's Episode 9 of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker.
My guess was The Last Jedi.
Nah, I don't mind Last Jedi.
What?
It's not perfect, but it's
Better,
I don't hate it. I don't hate
better
it as
than
much.
that one.
Yeah, even if you hate Last Jedi, bro, you gotta be smoking crack if you think it's worse than Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker is just trying to please people who hated Last Jedi and doing
What
it
was
awful.
what was your theater experience for that movie?
For Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah,
Like, what do you mean? Just
you saw it in the theater, right?
Yeah,
How was your feelings?
I was watching it and I was just watching it in disbelief. I was like, oh. Wow, this is what's happening. This is crazy. I'm actually experiencing this right now. Wow. Like, you guys decided to just make an apology letter and a shitty one. Rise of Skywalker is a shitty YouTuber apology video. Like, well, so I know I made some mistakes in the past 24 hours, and that is what Rise of Skywalker
I've
is.
decided to give each of my subscribers a chance at winning a $15 Amazon gift card.
Right.
I regret my actions, and I know I'm not perfect, but, please hit the like button and subscribe.
This week has been filled with highs and lows. I've trusted this person.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been blindsided.
Yeah. That's all Rise of Skywalker is to me. Instead of trying to make a good movie and a conclusion to this big-ass franchise, all they said was, we're going to try and please the fans that did not like this and do it horribly.
And really make them hate us.
Yeah, bro. Like, holy shit. Like, Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, any other thing is a masterpiece compared to Rise of Skywalker, in my opinion. It's just bad. And it sucks because, the cast isn't bad. Like, these actors, like Oscar Isaac, for fuck's sake, Adam Driver, god damn it. Even Daisy Ridley, she gets a lot of shit. I feel so bad because she's not bad. She's not a bad actress, and I don't even think her character's bad. I mean, she's bad in that one, but my point is, it sucks. It sucks. Like Disney,
There's nothing else to say.
Yeah, so like I said, yeah, not one of the worst, probably objectively. Like, there are definitely worse movies. The Happening is definitely worse, but that's just a personal one to me. That
one will always be at the bottom.
Yeah.
For you. No, I get that.
What about you, Kenny?
So mine has been the worst movie I've ever seen since 2003. Like, I saw this as a child and was like,
I was 1 year old.
shut the fuck up. No, you weren't.
I was.
In 2003?
I was born in 2002.
Fuck! Anyways, I saw this movie as a child and I was like,
I was 3.
I was so enamored with, like, I wasn't. Anyways, the movie I'm talking about is House of the Dead. And it was, I mean, I wouldn't even tell anybody to watch it. It's so bad. But, like, watching it as a kid, first of all, it's based off of, like, the video game House of the Dead by, like, Capcom and all that, right? But it was just like...
Yeah, because we know what that game is.
Right, but I was just like, it's so bad because it's just basically about...
Jesus, 2.1.
Yeah, the rate... It's 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's low as
3% on Rotten
but
Tomatoes.
You look at IMDb to see what you think the people think. And 2.1,
I'm sure-
holy shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just such a bad movie because it's just about a bunch of teenagers that get on this fictional island that's infested by zombies, and literally the acting is so fucking god terrible. That's just like, there's this Asian girl that's just like, no. And then the very next second, this bitch is doing full-on kung fu, crouching tiger, hidden dragon. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, it will always and forever. I'll say right now, I wish that I could find a movie that is worse than that piece of shit. Like, it just, the story was so good. I mean, really,
I probably would, if I had seen it, I might like
It's
it.
Dragon Ball
hilarious.
Evolution has a 2.5.
I would,
Higher than that.
I actually, you know what? To be honest, I actually want to watch that movie just to see if it could top this one as worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh damn!
Well,
I haven't seen it.
First, you need to
So,
see 6 seasons of Dragon Ball.
The Happening.
no.
I'll start with The Happening first. No, but that for me has always been. I mean, to see a movie as a child and be like, "Wow, this is god awful," and then be an adult and just be like, "I haven't seen anything that could really top that." It definitely is. it holds meaning and it keeps writing. And it's also by, was it Uwe Boll, that famous director who like famously makes bad movies? Like he did Alone in the Dark. He did the Blood Rain movies. Like he loves just taking stuff and really shitting on them. Yeah, he did the Blood Rain movies. Yeah, but anyways, that is always and forever. If you could fucking think of a worse movie than that piece of shit, send it my way.
Yeah, everybody, if you are watching, put what you think is the worst movie you've seen in the comments.
Or just, a personal one that hurts you. Like
Like
if you have one that just hurts your feelings.
That just really
I'm
lets you down.
assuming if
Yeah,
you are
that
a
really
Star
just let me
Wars
down.
fan, you will put The Last Jedi or any
Actually, might agree with you.
Rise of
on this one.
Skywalker.
But anyway,
probably Last Jedi.
Last
too,
Jedi
'cause
as
again,
well.
like,
Last
but-
Jedi I thought was worse personally, just because
No way. It's not perfect, but Rise of Skywalker is a piece of shit.
Yeah, but thank you for watching. We hopefully this episode we've gotten the hang of things and everything's in focus and well lit. We've enjoyed filming this. We love going to the movies, seeing a movie, reviewing it.
yeah, for sure.
Tell me about it.
So please, again, YouTuber shit. We're new to this,
Like,
but please
subscribe.
subscribe,
Or don't.
comment,
I don't give a shit.
dislike it. At least we know we're doing something.
If you dislike it, just put what we did wrong in the comments.
Yeah.
And if what we did wrong is that there's audio issues, that's a budget problem.
Yeah.
Send us money. We will start a
so-
Patreon.
Yeah, do you want us to set up the Patreon so we can buy mics? Because we're broke college students, just
Fuck a
so we're not-
Patreon. I'll put a Cash App thing right here. Fuck around and find out. I'm about this life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.